I am Scarlett Sieber, Senior Editor at Money 2020, and I have a powerhouse woman next to me. We have Jelena McWilliams, who is the chairman of the FDIC. Jelena, thank you so much for being here. I cannot wait to hear your talk.
Well, I'm excited as well. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So a lot of what we're hearing across financial services is around innovation, and I understand that you all are looking for a new CIO. So what do you hope to achieve with this Chief Innovation Officer? We hear a lot about innovation. Why is this different now?
So we're looking actually for somebody who's willing to disrupt the regulatory framework a little bit. Because I have an agency that's full of examiners and supervisors and regulators and lawyers and folks who have been doing the regulatory stuff for decades in some cases. And we're looking for somebody who's able to bring a vision to the FDIC that says, why not? And then show us the way.
When you kind of put this vision together for this person, I, being an ex-CIO of a bank, I know how challenging it can be in environments that are...
I'm hiring.
It can be a bit more challenging. How are you going to ensure success?
We're going to look at measurable and quantifiable elements that we can achieve, and in terms of how we change our regulatory framework. And one of the things that we're going to do is basically partner up with banks. And as they look to innovate and develop these technologies and offer new products and services to customers, to different channels, we're going to make sure that we're not presenting barriers to them. So if that means a pilot program, or if that means we look at the data that the bank is able to collect, and then we work with those data points and tell the bank how to either alter the product or massage the delivery channel to come to a better place in terms of the regulatory compliance, that's exactly how we would do this.
So you have a long and incredible career within financial services. And now in your role as you're bringing on things like innovation, where do you see the intersection of finance and technology?
Everywhere. Literally everywhere I look, from the moment I pick up my phone to see what my balance is, to, did my daughter use a credit card yesterday, to how I think about the unbanked and underbanked in the United States that do not have access to perhaps a computer, but they have a computer in their hand, right? So they will not maybe have money for rent, but they will pay their monthly cell phone bill because that's their connection to the world. And I see the opportunities are literally endless in terms of how far we can go with technology and banking and financial services, both for financial inclusion, but also to take us to the next level of banking.
You are a regulator at the end of the day, right? So when we think about regulatory reform, what are you most excited about for the future?
I'm excited to see how far we can get. And when I think about it, I think, people talk about disruption. Disruption has been happening in banking for centuries. Since, the Medici brothers invented the double ledger system, and we had, ATMs and the cash registers, and it gradually evolved to many different ways in which you use the banking channels. And my question really is, this country was built on disruption. Are we going to be in the way of that disruption as it changes innovation and banking and financial services, or are we as regulators going to foster that and create a fertile ground for that disruption to take place in a safe and sound manner?
So many tweetable moments. You have all of financial services, the vendors, the venture capitalists, the banks, the fintechs. Anything else you want them to know?
Be brave, innovate, and let us know what you're doing.
Amazing. Well, it was such an honor, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're happy to have you.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.